Okay, hold on, Dad. All right, here you go. All right, hi guys. Thank you for joining us today for Chopper History. We have a special edition. I am at one of my favorite places and my favorite Harley Davidson dealership, Bob's Harley Davidson, right outside of Philadelphia. I'm here with Bob and Bill. And we wanted to show you guys, they just got some new models in today. Dad, you're on here too, right?
Hi, Dave.
Hi, honey. How you doing? Hey, Bill.
Hey Dave, how are you?
Good.
Hey, Dad, Bill wants to know if you got the Buell Blast running.
The Buell Blast, Bill, I sold it. I had a guy call me that used to work for me, and he says, "Do you still have that Buell Blast?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I'm working on it." He says, "Well, don't worry about it. I want it just the way it is."
There you go. I'm sure you're happy to get that headache out of your hair. That's
Yeah. So,
I heard it's pretty fancy, Dave.
yeah, if he's listening, hey, dude, you got yourself a cool bike. It was the dude.
Hey, we used those for years for our riding academy.
Right.
We used the Street 500, but the Buell Blast we used for a long time in riding academy. It's a good bike.
It's a perfect bike.
Yeah.
Sure
It is.
Yeah.
It's great to learn on.
My son learned on one.
There you go.
All right, so let's go look at some new models.
Okay. The popular
Yeah.
Harley's adventure bike. What do we call it?
So this is
Pan America.
Pan America with the new Revolution X motor. This motorcycle makes just about 150 horsepower. It is very fun to ride, and I suggest that you stop by Barb's Harley Davidson and demo one of these motorcycles, and you'll see how much fun it is. Harley Davidson took all of the competitors' features and decided to put it all in their own adventure touring motorcycle, and we find that we have a lot of people who are other brand loyalists coming and trading their motorcycles in on this Pan America. So it's a great motorcycle, it really is. There's a lot of different, if you buy the S, the special, it has adjustable suspension, different heights, and the seat is also adjustable, and you can put a lower profile seat on here if you are not as tall as your average rider. So this motorcycle will fit multiple people for sure.
And the suspension goes up and down too, right?
It does
It's like
on
a
the
two-
S.
Yeah.
Yep. It does.
2-inch difference.
It
Yeah,
does.
it's pretty cool because then if you can't be flat-footed,
Yep. When you
You know,
pull
you
up
can
to a
put-
traffic light, the bike actually drops down about an inch and a half, inch and 3/4, so that you're more flat-footed on the motorcycle.
that's cool. Is this a 22 or is this a?
This is a 22. We just got in the other day. Right now, we are getting in all of the carryover 22 models. That means anything that hasn't been updated or changed other than a color or small updates. After next week, we're having the launch here at Barb's Harley Davidson. You can swing by and see the new model launch as it happens, and then we'll be getting the new motorcycles and some surprise motorcycles, I'm sure, in the following weeks.
Right, so we're gonna have so the launch is on Wednesday, next Wednesday. And then on the 29th, the last Saturday, we're having our new model year open house. So hopefully it'll be a warm day and people can demo. And we're gonna have a lot of stuff going on that day.
So next Wednesday they're gonna release a new model,
Well, they're gonna do the,
unveiling.
yeah, online.
They call it the
Yeah.
launch of the 22 models, and we're sure Harley Davidson likes to surprise us with some new releases that they're very hush-hush with. So we're anticipating some new motorcycles, and we're excited about it, and I'm sure our customers are as well.
What do you guys think about the virtual launch versus you guys going to a place and seeing them in person?
It would be much better to go to the dealer shows, but they've been canceled because of COVID. So, we'll deal with it. We invited customers. We invited everyone to come, and we're gonna have some lunch and whatnot. But there's nothing better than in person and
True.
seeing the people from the motor company and shaking hands and saying hello.
Kissing babies.
Yeah, kissing babies, shaking babies, and kissing
That's
hands.
right.
So I do have some cool news. I don't know if I even told you this, Judy. So LiveWire it's now a whole separate company from Harley Davidson Motor Company.
Oh, okay.
And
so that's the electric motorcycle.
that's the electric motorcycle that you rode
Yeah.
when you were here in the summer. So we're going to be a LiveWire dealer. And I think the next closest to us will be New York.
Oh, okay.
So they've only selected, a certain amount. And so when folks are interested now in the live wire, they'll talk directly to the,
Yeah, I was just gonna say, don't you know?
oh, yeah.
Hey, Jody.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna cut out of this because I can't hear you guys.
Okay.
But one thing I want to say before we leave is about Lou Felsigno.
Oh,
If
yeah, I
any of
meant
you
to actually
people
catch
out
it.
there know Lou Felsigno, who owned C&L Hog Shop down in Florida, just passed away. He had Alzheimer's. Lou was a really cool chopper builder. He built the coolest old choppers back in the day. Him and I did the Rat's Hole show together back in the 80s, the 70s and 80s. And Bill Streeter used to paint his bikes. And the last time that I saw Lou was 1989, the Easy Rider bike show on the Queen Mary. And Lou, myself, and Dave Mann, we spent the night in my cabin, the three of us, just talking bullshit. But I want to say that.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
So that's it.
All right. Yeah. So I actually meant to say that to you, Dad, the other day. I saw Sandy posted something for him that he passed away.
Oh, I think he went bye-bye.
He's done?
Yeah.
All right, I guess we can go back to the.
Okay, so anyway, we're gonna be a live wire tonight.
That's cool.
And it's gonna be a different setup. So when people are interested in live wire, they'll contact the Guru team at Livewire. And then they'll talk to them about the bike and so on, and then they'll send them to the closest dealership. So I'm just
Yeah, that's
excited about that.
So will this not be considered a Harley Davidson anymore? The newer one?
It still will, no, it's a live wire.
Yeah.
So it's
their own
branded
brand.
Livewire. Harley Davidson manufactured it, branded under the Livewire.
Yeah.
The motorcycle will say Livewire on the tank. It's identical to what they produced before, just with the Livewire.
Yeah, so we're excited about that. So just so people know,
Yeah.
we're so close to Philly, we're just 5 minutes from all the Philly stadiums, so we're easy to get to.
How long will this live wire go on a charge?
So it depends on how you ride. If you're on the highway, you're towing 70, 80 miles an hour, you can expect probably somewhere around a 70-mile range. If you are riding around town, you can expect to get somewhere between 120 and 140 miles to a single charge. We are a charge point dealership, so we have fast chargers outside. They get this thing charged up in probably about 45 minutes to a full charge. They're out there and people are enjoying them. We see people riding these motorcycles, and the EV is here, and we're embracing it for sure.
So will the new ones, the 22s, also have that amount of charge, Bill?
Yes, they haven't made any updates to the batteries yet. And right now, for the size of the battery, I guess that's the capacity that they're getting out of it.
Okay. What are the new models, new colors? What's another new bike you want to show us?
Well, as far as the Sportster S, how about that?
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah.
We're here in the Revolution Max powertrain. Is something we're very excited about.
So this is the liquid cooled new motor from Harley.
It sure is. This is the same platform as the Pan America, detuned a little bit. This bike puts out about 121 horsepower. It only weighs 500 pounds. So if you have a light motorcycle with a lot of horsepower, this is something that is going to put a smile on your face and ride down the road. That's for sure. It is definitely a unique motorcycle compared to what it came from. This is the newest version of what a Sportster is, and I'm sure what it will become eventually. So, like I said, we're here and we have them and we love them, and they are fun to ride.
How much is this one? How much do they sell for?
So this particular one here, I guess it depends on paint and everything like that. So it's $16,524 for this motorcycle in black. If you do add different paint to it, colors and everything like that, they go up But these motorcycles here have a lot of really neat features on them that the old sports have never had. Back to the digital, GPS, all these hand controls are much more sophisticated, let's say, than what a basic
wow.
Sportster was. So,
Yeah, this is
so
great.
everything around on this motorcycle is very similar to what the Pan America has on it, all built into one small compact screen.
That's cool.
So it is neat.
Yeah,
The
you can
features
probably
on
get
this
way more information.
Oh, 100%. So GPS, all that kind of stuff can go through this. A lot of onboard controls with the motorcycle modes, everything like that again, comes from the Pan America technology.
Yeah, I like these mirrors on the end of the
The
grips.
bar end, I'll tell you,
Yeah.
I like the mirror. I thought about putting on one of my old shovel heads.
Yeah, well,
really neat.
it's funny
It's a
'cause I
little
was
curved
just-
mirror. I mean,
Yeah, I was literally just thinking that.
You put that on a hand control up here, that would
Yeah.
really be cool.
Yeah, they are. They're cool little
I was thinking
mirrors.
about that the other day.
Yeah. I see. So it comes in this black with the brown and then
And
off-white.
then white, and then for the colors for 22, I don't have a list here yet because these are new hang tags.
Is this a 20? These are 22.
These are 22s, yeah. They just came in, all the 2021s, when they came in, they went right out. And then they finally replenished us with 2022s. So this is what the Sportster S is going to look like for the year 2022.
And then obviously these are all new Sportsters, just regular.
So yeah, everything over here are just traditional. We have the irons, and then we have the 38s. And Harley has trimmed down some of the Sportster line, so we don't have as many options with it.
Yeah, are those stock pipes on that one, Sam?
So yeah, everything on this motorcycle is stock. When we put them on the floor, for the most part, we leave them stock. We let the customers kind of customize their motorcycles. Every once in a while, we'll do one for the floor. We like building bikes in the back when a customer gets involved with us.
Yeah.
Their taste, and that's what we like to do.
Sure.
So we do a lot of that.
Yeah, those pipes are pretty cool
They
for
are.
stock.
Yeah, they look good, right?
Yeah.
And I think we've gotten about 40 22s so far.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
good.
Yeah, I like the way the model year, how they switched it to January. You know,
When
because
did you get model years before, like back in
August,
October?
like August, September, August. So now it's calendar year.
Yeah,
which is
should
good.
be.
Yeah, it's good for us here on, the East Coast and
Yeah.
Northeast because it brings some excitement in January.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Otherwise, by January, the new model year is kind of.
It's halfway done.
It's
Yeah.
a little flat. Now at
Yeah.
least we have excitement building into the riding season. So
Yeah.
that's great.
And they're selling. People are liking them.
Is that how car dealerships do it? When did they get there?
Same thing. It was always August, but I'm not sure. I'll have to ask my friend Charlie, who's a car dealer.
I think they're still sticking with their August, September.
August,
Actually,
September,
Yeah.
which is why. So I don't know. I like that it's starting in January. Like I said,
Yeah.
for us, it's a good thing.
I do kind of like how they're spreading out their releases.
They sure right.
You know, that they're probably not going to release everything in January. It'll probably more will come.
Right, that Harley usually does have they'll do mid-year models, so they do that a lot. And like Bill said a little bit ago, we haven't gotten any of the secret special models yet.
So the one that comes out Wednesday, will you guys have any of them?
No, because that's a virtual release, so that's open to everybody to see.
Yeah.
Maybe the next day we'll get them,
Well,
especially
that's what I
since,
mean, like, we usually
Yeah.
have them by the weekend.
Typically, even when we had the
Yes.
dealer show,
Cool.
while the dealer show was going on, there was a truck en route,
bless you.
truck en route to the dealership, so that when we got back from the dealer show a day or two
Oh,
later,
really?
we always had the new
That's
models
pretty
on the
cool.
floor. So I would expect the Harley
Same
Davidson.
thing.
Well, if the release is on Wednesday, if we don't have them in the dealership Wednesday, we should have them Thursday or Friday. Yeah.
So then that's awesome for your open house. So that's all
Right.
the more to
Right.
come on Saturday.
on the 29th.
Yeah.
And around here, we don't care if it's 35, as long as there's no rain or snow, we'll go out and ride.
Yeah, and I mean, it's still 2 wheels. Doesn't matter if it's cold out,
Well,
something
for some-
to do.
Yes, and we got the heated gear. Plug yourself in and go for it. It's funny this time of year, people come in with, the leathers on and whatnot. You're talking to them and you see all these connectors sticking out of their sleeves and out of up here for their vests. So when they plug themselves
unless
in.
they're like Bill and I and ride old bikes. So
Yeah,
we have
that's-
batteries.
Yeah, that's right.
Old bikes, can we show you Bill's knuckle?
Yeah, so
It's
check out those knuckle. I love that you put some old bikes on the floor.
Yeah, we
The
do
Surrey
put,
car.
yeah, the Survey car, We have a good collection of old bikes. I'd say one of my favorite is our, we have a 1977 Cafe Racer. It's got 83 miles on it
That's
too.
cool.
But we did,
That's when
we pulled down a lot of our collector bikes and we put them in the back because we're gonna redo them this, check the
Freshen them
tires,
up.
freshen them up over the winter. And then one of my other favorites is my, my 90 Fat Boy.
the green.
The gray with the 7 circles. So that's, can I tell that story?
Yeah.
So, okay, so Harley came out
Where
with,
is it?
it's in the back.
All right, maybe we can look at it. But
Yeah. Harley came out with the
So
Fat
tell your
Boy
story.
in 1990. And the Fat Boy, the name Fat Boy was a bomb that the USA used.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it had 7 yellow circles on it. So when Harley came out with the Fat Boy in 90, it's gray, it's silver, and it's got 7 yellow circles, one around the ignition switch. Remember how they were on the tank?
Yeah.
And then the rocker boxes, the derby cover, the points cover, and 1, 2,
The tank.
and the tanks, yeah, the graphics on the tank. So the 22 Fat Boy's here now,
Oh.
and just the emblem on the Fat Boy has the yellow circle. So when you see that,
Oh, that's cool. If you know the story of the
Right.
Fat Boy.
yep,
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
mhm,
Good history, MPB.
thanks. And there's
Oh.
Bill's knuckle. Beautiful.
Bill, tell us about this knuckle.
Well, it's a 1947 that was restored back in 2012 by a man named Jim Long. He is no longer with us, but he was a very respected knucklehead restoration guy. The bike sat in a private collection for a bunch of years, and then went up for sale and wound up in Utah, and then I purchased it from a gentleman in Utah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you know all that, huh? Good for you. You have another knuckle at home, don't you?
No, I have another red. It's a 48 panhead, so I have the last year knucklehead, first year panhead, and they're both flight red, and they're like sisters, I call them.
That's
They're
cool.
next to each other. So yeah, it looks neat when the two bikes are together, and really the only difference between the two, technically, is the motor. Everything else, fenders, tanks are a little bit shaped different underneath, but basically they are the same motorcycles with little changes on them. So if you put the two next to each other and you know what you're looking at, you wouldn't know the two apart unless you looked at the motor. So
That's pretty cool.
They are definitely. We like old motorcycles here. So
We do like old
old, new.
motorcycles.
Barb Harley Davidson works on old motorcycles, and we try to keep them running for our customers and keep them happy. We don't get that many that come in the door, but when they do, we do our best to keep the people up and running.
We get some
Yeah.
shovel heads still, don't we?
As long as it's nice.
Yeah.
As long as they're nice. So some of them are.
Shovelheads can be
Shovelheads,
tough.
some
They're on
can be-
that
yeah,
range.
they are on that. Yeah.
Don't accept you get a workout
That's
until
right.
you
Well,
see it.
well, that's- we always evaluate them before
We do too.
yeah,
We do
guarantee
too.
to work with them. If it's a clean bike
Yeah.
and someone took care of it and it hasn't been hacked up, then yes, we will be more than happy to help them out and keep the bike running. If it's something that a lot of other backyard mechanics have
Yeah.
been playing with, we kind of shy away from that motorcycle because we don't know what we're going to get into. A guy comes in here for a tire, and then we wind up 10 other things are wrong with it. And
Yeah.
then,
Electrical.
And a
well, yeah,
huge
because a lot of times you
blast.
see house wiring
And a huge
and
bill
wire
and
nuts and
Yeah.
tape and everything like that. So and we have one in the back that is that case. As soon as we start uncovering stuff, other things happen with
Yeah.
it. But the customer who owns that bike is very understanding, and he wants us to get it right, so we will get it right.
He said, speaking of old bikes, last year Bill actually came up with a great idea and Jody helped us with it. So we now it's going to be an annual event, a kickstart only ride from the dealership. So our first one last year, like I said, Jody was here.
Yeah,
What
it
were you?
with Bob and Rob and Scott.
Yeah.
And my panhead. I took my panhead.
Right. And so that's exactly what it is, kickstart only. But we had old bikes, and then,
When do you do it? What time? Was it in May?
So I think it was late April,
June.
early May, wasn't it?
June.
Was it June?
Yeah.
Was it June? It was just when the summer was starting to roll.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It wasn't
it's a
too
little
hot.
chilly.
We don't want to keep the old bikes out in the heat too much.
Right. They like the
But
cold
they like
weather.
the cooler weather. So it was very successful. We had 18 motorcycles come out with us, and they ranged everything from we didn't have any knuckleheads on the ride. I had this here, but I didn't ride. I rode my panhead. But we even had some import motorcycles with Kickstarters because guys with those old Honda sets,
Cool.
CB750s.
Yeah.
We don't want to discriminate against anyone. If
No,
it's an
you're
old
on two
motorcycle,
wheels.
you come
Yeah.
hang out.
Yeah.
And what we did, we came back into the parking lot. We parked our motorcycles. It wasn't a bike show, but it was a bike showing. We let everyone just sit around there. We had hamburgers, hot dogs. We had beer for everyone. We invited our customers by. And we just stood out in the parking lot and talked about old motorcycles. And the guys who owned the motorcycles loved it because everyone likes to talk about their bikes. And the customers who came in and their kids and they got to see something they don't normally see in a parking lot. So it was great. The Antique Motorcycle Club that I'm in, they were very receptive of it. That the dealership is paying attention to old motorcycles. So they're definitely going to join us in a larger number next year. So it'll be great. I'm excited. Can't wait.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But the best part of the day was Jody was here with us.
Speaking of Jody, look, she's right there on the wall.
Oh yeah, we got Jody all over the dealership.
You want to show us that new Fat Boy?
The old Fat Boy?
No,
Oh, the new one, sure.
They put new wheels on it too. So.
Oh. Did they stop? When did they stop making the Fat Boy? Did they stop for a while? I didn't know that they were still making it.
No, they continue to run the Fat Boy. They changed over the year. They modernized the tins and the forks. But the biggest change we're seeing right now is they actually put holes in the wheels. Some people say that the solid disc wheels can push in wind, and I've never experienced that. I've had bikes with solid wheels, but I guess that if that's your thing and that's what you think, then that's what you think. But yeah, this is new for 2022. The only change over 2021 is either the paint color change and the cuts in the wheel. So people seem to like it.
Oh, okay, there's the yellow circle that Aunt Phoebe was talking about. Bill, what is the difference between the 21 and 22 models?
Paint color and the holes in the wheel.
On any of them.
On any of them?
Yeah, you just tell
Oh
me
yeah,
about
so Harley
something.
Davidson has upgraded the dipstick on all touring motorcycles to a new composite plastic. So I'm sure it'll be much easier to take in and take out and give you years of service.
Yeah, so if you have a 21, you have the old dipstick.
That's
So you
right.
might
Trade
want to
that
trade
bike
it in.
Get the new
Get the
dipstick.
new dipstick.
That's what you need.
Yeah, and they won't sell you a new dipstick. They'll only sell you a
I'll say
whole
that's-
motorcycle.
Dipstick with him.
And
Right.
upgrade your motorcycle to a new bike with a new dipstick,
Yeah.
and we'll be happy to take that 2021 in on trade or 2020
See the
or
yellow?
Yeah,
2019.
it's-
So yeah, we'll definitely take it in on trade.
Yeah, I heard that new dipstick makes them run a lot better.
It does. It
Yeah.
does. Look,
We get one extra mile per
We're
gallon.
just having fun because we're anticipating the new releases that are going to happen next week, and we're excited about it. We honestly are. And Harley Davidson kind of keeps us in the dark with what's coming out, and we learn as our customers learn. When the bikes are released, we see it in the same time as they do, and we're hoping that Harley's going to wow us with some really neat models or at least changes. So we're excited. We are. Pay attention. Barb's Harley Davidson, hd.com, harleydavidson.com, and
Barb's
sign
HD.
up. barbshd.com. So wherever you go, if you're not local to us and you're not on the Barb's website, if you go on harleydavidson.com and sign up for the release, and you'll see the new models in real time as well.
So, Bill, what is your favorite model, new or old?
That's a tough question because they have. I mean, look, I like any old bike, and I would have to say, my knucklehead's probably my favorite. My panhead's my favorite. I had a flathead big twin that was probably my favorite. So,
Yeah.
so I guess it's the bike that I ride. But I am very partial to shovel heads as well.
Oh.
So I typically ride a brand new CVO Street Glide is my commuter, is what I ride. It is the bike that functions and does what I want it to
Yeah,
do. I can
it's
get on it, start the
dependable.
button and go, and
Sure.
I have my GPS and all the conveniences that come with it. So I love that motorcycle. But if I want to get on a bike and ride it with my friends, I'm probably going to take my 81 Sturgis with me.
Shovel.
And Rusty Shovel is the bike that I take out, and my son has claimed it. And
Cool. That's cool.
He just turned 17, and he has a really neat night train that we built up for him, and now he wants to ride that. shovel
Good,
head.
good. We need
So
to
he's
get
got
the
good
younger,
taste, yeah.
the younger generation into the old bikes.
So
We
I'm
have an
excited.
81 Sturgis here in the back. That's one of our collector bikes.
Cool.
16,000 miles. I had an 81 Sturgis. So my first bike was a 1983 XLX Sportster. And then I sold that, got an 81 Sturgis, which I could never kickstart. It's kick out electric. And then when I got the dealership, of course, I had to sell that. And then I found one at Iron Block Harley Davidson. And
Where's that?
it's in New York, but they're not there anymore. That's Eric Dunk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a fellow can of Chase. He's
Yeah.
on the Chase.
So I got we have a stock, beautiful 81 Sturgis, which is the second year of the Sturgis. Sturgis came out in 1980. But Bill, I didn't even know you had one at home.
So I had 3 Sturgises last year. I sold 2 of them. And I kept
True
the-
motorcycle enthusiast.
I'm
Hustling
gonna tell you
bikes.
something.
Yeah. Hustle and
I
bikes.
find them and sell them, and both of those motorcycles went to Japan. After I found out that I sold them, I wasn't anticipating them leaving the country, but they did.
Aw.
But one was an 81 with 3,000 miles, and the other one was a 91 with 10,000 miles. And they were A-Title bikes in very good shape. I bought them from one guy and got them both running and sold them. But I did find this rusty shovel, we call it, and it was missing a lot of Sturgis parts, and we kind of threw it together with whatever we had laying around, and it is, again, one of my favorite motorcycles to ride. It's
Cool.
neat, it runs good, and it doesn't look very appealing, but it is a fun bike to ride.
A lot of shovels don't.
Yeah, well,
I love shovels.
I know.
But so the Sturgis came out in 1980, and it was double belt drive. So, and it had it was black with orange. So then in 1981, again, black with orange, and then they made it in 82, and they changed the orange to gold.
Oh,
So the
okay.
wheels had gold, and it was all gold,
Like colors and
accents.
stuff?
Yeah. So, and then they stopped it, and then they came out with the Sturgis again in 1991. So they only made it for 4 years, 80, 81, 82, and then 91. So if you can find a Sturgis, it's definitely a good collector
I
bike
didn't-
to have.
I didn't know they only made it for 4 years. I was
Yep.
thinking longer than that.
And it was, like I said, the double belt drive. So it was really great for Harley when it came out.
Yeah.
And it had the, a bunch of cool features. But yeah, if you find a Sturgis and you like collecting bikes, that's a good one to add for sure.
Cool. So, okay, my same question to you. What's your favorite model?
I'm riding a Slim. I don't ride touring
Oh,
bikes.
let's give me a Slim.
Oh, well,
Yeah, let's take a look
Jody
at it.
painted it for me. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So in my spare time, I shouldn't say spare time, but I've been a volunteer at
I
our,
say, do you have spare time?
no, but I've been a volunteer at our joint base, McGuire Dix Lakehurst, for about 18 years. I started volunteering up there when the war was pretty heavy. So I'm really military oriented. So I asked Jody a couple years ago to paint my Slim red, white, and blue for me. And I wanted all of the branches of the military on it. So we'll show you that too. Of course, I'm going to have to add Space Force. Can you do that, Joe?
Yeah, Space Force? Why, that's a new...
Yeah, it's a new
Great.
branch of the
I
military.
didn't know that.
And then Jody did my Killed in Action, Wounded in Action logo. And I think we also did a POW. Yeah, oh no, we didn't. But then I got all my cool collector stickers that people in the military have given me these. This is from my friend Mike Simonetti out in San Diego. And, I have every branch represented. So I really love it. And Joe, you did such a good job.
Thanks.
Yep, paint by Jody Parowitz.
Yep. How about this shovel?
this is a special one here. This is a 1974 with 1,600 miles on it.
Wow.
This bike is
It's pretty mint.
It is a very well cared for motorcycle that has some aftermarket accessories that were installed at time of purchase and hasn't been changed since 1974.
Wow.
So you want the story on this one?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to interrupt you.
No, you
Yeah.
it's your story. Go ahead.
Okay, so the two older guys, well, I always called them old guys, but now I'm like the age they were when I bought the dealership.
They're
from
not
them.
old. They're not old.
So at the time, the dealership was Harley Davidson at Camden County. And then I had opened up in the Philadelphia airport. So they needed the names to match. So I used my own name, Barb's. So that's how the dealership name changed. But so I came into here to the dealership one day several years ago, and the guy said to me, "Hey, there's an old bike in the back, and it was like sprayed down with WD-40 or something like that, and we're cleaning it up." So I just moseyed back there, and as they're wiping it down, I was like, "Oh my God, this is beautiful." So 74, right, Bill?
Yep.
And it turned out that the gentleman that had bought it from Harley Davidson of Camden County,
Oh, well, obviously before you.
obviously before
you were just born.
yeah, in 74, I was just a baby. But so anyway, the gentleman bought it, and his wife said that it was too big for him. So he kind of tucked it away, and then he passed, and she wanted to sell it. So I was like, oh, I got to get this. But if you look, like the inspection sticker from 1974, 75
Oh, wow.
is still on there.
That's pretty cool.
And can you believe that New Jersey used to do that? Stick a inspection sticker right on your paint.
No, I was just going to say
Thank
that.
heavens they don't do nonsense
Check this
like that
out.
Yeah, well, I
anymore.
was just
Here's some
gonna say, what
technology here.
is
This
that?
is an AMF alarm. So basically, it has a mercury switch inside of it. You turn the key on, and it sets the switch. And if someone were to move the motorcycle, then the battery inside would activate the alarm in there. So,
Wow, that's crazy.
Yep. So this is definitely something neat. Like I
That
said, the
is.
accessories that are on this motorcycle are all Harley Davidson
Wow.
accessories. And
I've never seen anything like that.
So
Have you
that
seen
wasn't
anything?
stock.
So that was but that was from the P&A catalog. So
Oh
that
my
was a
gosh.
theft
Factory.
deterrent system that AMF offered at the time, and yeah, it was pretty. I
Speaking
have one
of
at home as well.
Do you have one?
I do.
Speaking of P&A catalogs, so I started working at the dealership when I was 21, and the old owners had stacks of old things. I have parts and accessories and motor clothes catalogs from the 70s.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, that they had left behind. They're like this
Paper
thick,
small, yeah.
Oh my
and
God.
all the clothing was
T-shirts.
two jackets, one for men and one for women, and they had snowmobile suits.
They did?
Yeah, because AMF made it.
AMF.
Number ones on it. So
Yeah,
it's
they
red,
had
white,
the
and
big
blue,
number
black,
one.
and yeah.
But it was this thick, and that was your parts and your motor clothes. And now the parts book is, well, everybody knows, everybody's seen
1,300,
them.
1,400 pages.
Yeah, it's like
that's
the
crazy.
Harley Bible, or it's just so thick. So yeah, it's fun, interesting stuff.
Yeah. You want to show you Serbica?
Yeah. Now Bill knows the story of the Serbi car better than I do.
Okay, so this Servi car is a 1950. One of our customers years ago asked Barb's permission. He wanted to do a kind of like a tribute to the dealership and put Barb's Harley Davidson on the Servi car as he was restoring it. The gentleman took it to many shows, and there's pictures of him with the Davidson family standing next to this sidecar in the back. It's the bike sat for a while. The man fell ill. His niece reached out to the dealership. We made a deal with her to buy the motorcycle and keep it on display and not resell the motorcycle. Preserve it for her uncle because he really loved this motorcycle. So it's a great bike. It hasn't ran in a while. We did kick it over. It's got some compression, and we will get it running and do something with it. But it'll always be here in the dealership on display for people to see.
Is this a 74 or is it 60?
No, it's a 45.
Oh, is there a 45?
Yes. Yep. Servi cars had the smaller motor in there, and that was one of Harley's longest running motors. It went all into 1973, I believe, in the Servi cars.
Yeah, here's the gentleman who did this, who restored it and whatnot. He's got the photo albums in the back, and oh yeah, there's Gene Davidson standing next to it at one of our open houses. Yeah, very cool. I was honored, absolutely honored that he put Barb's on the back of it. Yeah, I didn't know about that. And he brought it to a show, and I was just like, oh, wow, thank you.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that's when we had the store in the airport as well for about 10 years. And then Philadelphia Airport wanted to add some more wine bars and things like that. So they wanted more restaurants. But that was okay. But
Yeah.
we sold a lot of T-shirts around the world Because
Yeah, I bet.
Philadelphia is such a big airport. So a lot of people from all over the world got Barb's t-shirts.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a
We
lot of
did,
fun.
we did a little research on it and talking to some of the old timers around. This motorcycle was a police motorcycle, and it either came from either Philadelphia or Camden, only because of the auction that it was sold through back in the 80s. So I'm still trying to find a little bit more about it, just so we have some more of the history of this bike.
Yeah, that's cool.
But this was a police one that does have the police model generator with the fan on there. So like I said, that was just special stuff that they put on the police versions versus the civilian version. So it is a neat motorcycle, and we're happy to have it here on display.
It's very cool to have the history of an old bike, like even that shovel, this.
Yeah.
I wish I had more of a history on my old bikes because I don't have any history.
I like that. That's a lot of our old bikes, you know, I got them because they meant something to
Right.
me.
There's some kind of scenario that connected you.
Right, like the 81
Yeah.
Sturgis and whatnot, and our Cafe Racer.
Oh, those are cool bikes. I'd like one of those.
Yeah, it's got
Yeah.
83 miles, and I'll tell you about that. We got that from Ray Price, Harley Davidson.
Yeah, he was an awesome guy.
Yeah, my ex-husband and I, we got that in the 80s for sure. And like I said, 83 miles. So you probably remember this, Joe. When Harley's 100th anniversary happened
Oh yeah.
in 2003, they had asked me to bring, I think it was the Fat
I was
Boy,
gonna say Fat Boy.
the 90 Fat Boy, and the Cafe Racer to Baltimore, because they did celebrations all over the country. And I'm not good at driving a truck and trailer. And Jody was a kid at the time. I mean, in 2000, yeah, you were like 18 years old. So she's like, no problem, man, baby, I got it. So our friend Marta and Jody and Jody came here. We put the Cafe Racer on the Fat Boy, took it down to the celebration in Baltimore.
Yeah, that was a fun weekend.
Yeah, Billy Idol was playing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I was all determined to get Billy Idol's leather jacket, which never happened.
You're gonna trade him the key.
I was going to trade him my Harley key, thinking nobody had them yet, but the keys. But that was really great. And then the Cafe Racer, actually, I took it to Milwaukee for the celebration there as well. But here's Jody, 18, driving the truck and trailer down to Baltimore. That's what she does.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't want to take up too much more of you guys' time. Thank you guys very much for tuning in today to Choppa History, which is brought to you by Indian Motorcycles.
Yay!
Indian Motorcycles, Law Tigers, and Badlands, aka NAMS and Electric Lighting. So thank you to those sponsors for keeping us going so that we can keep bringing you guys shows like this. Next week, DP and I will be in Vegas at the Mecum auction. So we will definitely bring you a live show, but to be honest, I'm not exactly sure the time. I will post when we're going to do it because we will be flying at noon. So it won't be at noon next week, but we will definitely do a show. So stay tuned and make sure you watch our page and I'll post the time. But thank you to Bob's Harley Davidson. If any of you guys are in the Philly area, make sure you come down and check them out. Or if you're looking for a new bike and want to come see the new models, Saturday the 29th.
Yeah, Saturday the 29th is our new model year open house. And everybody's welcome to demo.
Yeah. Yeah, so come down and try a new bike. If you haven't ridden the Pan America, I took it for a ride, and I'm not an off-road person, but that bike is fun to ride. So come take it for a ride and check out some of their other new models. But all right, so we will catch you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.